Caitlin Clark and
I'm a fan.
Angel Reese, right?
Yeah.
They're going back and
I'm a
forth.
fan of both.
And Jamil Hill says by the time Angel Reese is done, she's going to be the Michael Jordan of WNBA.
She said about Angel Reese?
She said Angel Reese, by the time she retires, can you pull up this quote? She said, by the time she retires, she will be the MJ.
StephenASmith just pumped the brakes on Angel Reese's ego trip like it was a cringeworthy reality TV moment. After Reese pulled a bold move involving Caitlin Clark, the internet exploded with a collective, "Oh no, she didn't." If you thought the drama ended on the court, think again. Stephen A. lit up the mic like a flamethrower, and Angel Reese might want to grab some aloe. So what did she do exactly? Buckle up. This one's pure chaos. Let's break it down.
It's not about black and white. It's about that white player and that black player. Why? Because of the history that they had before they came to the WNBA. You see, it was all instigated. If Angel Reese was never in Caitlin Clark's face, taunting her the way that she did when they mimicking what Caitlin Clark was doing to numerous opponents en route to the Final Four. And then Angel Reese and LSU bust their living, you know what, at that particular moment in time. And Angel Reese was in her face chirping at her the way that she did, it would have never gotten to this point.
We have a lot of folks that have come to the defense of numerous WNBA players because they were pointing out, like, this has been going on before long and people are not hating on her. It's not about hating on her. It's that you feel she is getting a level of attention that you deserved and you warranted long before she ever came along.
4 points. That's it. That's the whole tweet. Angel Reese put up just 4 points, like she was on some kind of scoring fast, while Caitlin Clark, let's be clear, wasn't even in the game. We're talking sky versus fever, and Clark was chilling on the bench wrapped up like a mummy, sipping Gatorade, looking like a proud suburban soccer mom. And still, Angel couldn't take advantage. No pressure defense, no Clark magic on the floor. Just a golden opportunity, wasted.
Tipped off this weekend with several marquee matchups on the slate. Most fans were excited to see Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever take on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. The game was a blowout as the Fever beat down Chicago 93-58, with Clark's triple-double leading the way. But the biggest headline coming out of the game on Saturday is the investigation the WNBA is conducting into allegations of hateful fan comments directed at Angel Reese. It happened after this play when Clark slapped at the ball after Reese grabbed an offensive rebound.
I mean, how do you walk into a game where the star player is literally on the sidelines icing her ankle and think, you know what? Today's the day I have the worst game of my career? If Angel Reese was trying to make a statement as the anti-Caitlin Clark, mission accomplished. While Caitlin was busy recovering, Angel was out there putting up numbers so low they deserved their own sad trombone soundtrack. 4 points? That's not a stat line, that's a distress signal.
I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. But it's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level. And they never got this kind of shit.
And sure, she snagged her beloved 12 rebounds. Oh, she lives for those boards. You'd think each one came with a free Chick-fil-A coupon the way she hustles for them, like her entire career hangs in the balance. Which, after this performance, it just might. If rebounds were gold bars, Angel Reese would be loaded. But when it comes to actual offense, points, buckets, she's out here acting like scoring is beneath her, like putting up double digits would somehow insult the game.
Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, it's not a rivalry. Not when you lose about 35 points.
That's true.
Not rivalry. Indiana Fever's on a different level than the Chicago Sky. Let's get that out the way. Secondly, as much as we love Angel Reese because she is special, she's not Caitlin Clark as a player. Caitlin Clark is on a different level. We just have to own that. Angel Reese can rebound the basketball. She's a damn good player. She's got a bright future in the WNBA, but Caitlin Clark is next level.
You know it's bad when even the commentators start reaching like, well, she's contributing in other ways. Other ways like what, morale support? Angel Reese looked like she was just out there doing cardio for 40 minutes. At one point, The camera caught her staring off into the distance like she was rethinking her entire career path. The Real Stat Patters of Chicago, coming soon to a streaming service near you. Let's be real. Angel used to hit the court with all the swagger, lashes flawless, nails on point, attitude set to unbothered. But that stat line? It's giving, oops, I forgot we had a game today. The whole performance screamed, I peaked in college. This isn't the season, she hyped. This isn't the Bayou Barbie domination tour. This is Desperate Housewives WNBA edition, and Angel's the one holding the empty wine glass. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is getting hacked like she owes the league back pay, and still finds ways to contribute, dropping dimes, hitting threes, when they let her touch the ball, and somehow drawing double teams like she's Steph Curry's secret twin.
In just a second, but before I do that, I want to ask you your thoughts about apparently some racial animus that was thrown in the direction of Angel Reese. The Chicago Sky have gotten involved, talking about they're going to protect their players at all costs. The NWNBA has issued a statement saying it abhors and discourages hate of any kind, etc., etc. Your thoughts about it? Here's the WNBA statement. The WNBA strongly condemns racism, hate, and discrimination in all forms. They have no place in our league or in society. We are aware of the allegations and are looking into the matter. Your thoughts about that element of all of this, where you believe it emanates from, and do you think it will ever subside?
Oh man, the latter part of that, Stephen A, is quite the thing to think on. I think when you go back to the impetus of the rivalry that we have between Caitlin and Angel Reese, I remember funny clips on the internet.
Angel had the stage, the spotlight, the mic, and the backup dancers, and still forgot her lines. That 12 rebound flex? Let's be honest, not all rebounds are created equal. Angel's out there grabbing boards like the ball insulted her family. Stat padding has basically become her full-time job. She's boxing out like she's training for a CrossFit promo, only to follow it up with a shot that looks more like performance art than basketball. At this point, she's hoarding rebounds, like they're Pokemon cards, gotta catch them all but never actually use them. And now, the whispers have started. You know the kind. Those ominous sports whispers about benchings, lost minutes, being quietly phased out. This is the WNBA, not high school. You don't get gold stars for effort. If you're not scoring, you're sitting. And right now, Angel's most consistent contribution might be her courtside fits. If they start trimming minutes, she might want to check in with wardrobe before checking in at the scorer's table. This was supposed to be her breakout season, the one where she silenced the critics and proved she was more than just attitude with no altitude. But instead, she's becoming the player version of a viral TikTok trend. Big for a moment, then gone in a flash. Remember the milk crate challenge? That's Angel's career arc right now. Started high, took one shaky step, and now we're all watching the fall in slow motion. And let's talk truth. Angel's rise to fame wasn't just about her game. It, was her boldness, her defiance. Back when Caitlin Clark was taunting opponents and running the show, it was Angel Reese who clapped back on the biggest stage, the national championship game. That's when she went viral. That's when people either loved her or loathed her. She took heat for it, no doubt. Some of it was unfair, some of it ugly, because let's be real. This world has no shortage of people ready to tear down a confident black woman in the spotlight. But let's not pretend people didn't want her to succeed. She is a walking headline, built for the spotlight. The question now is whether she can turn that spotlight into actual staying power, or if we're witnessing the slow fade of someone who mistook noise for dominance. A quote machine, the drama, the rivalry, the image. It's WNBA gold. But all the hype in the world means nothing if you can't put points on the board. 4 points? That's not cutting it. Unless this is some kind of avant-garde performance piece about minimalism in pro sports. And now the fans are noticing. Oh, they see it. Twitter lit up like it was draft night. 4 points? Is she okay? Rebounding queen, sure, but an offensive ghost. It's getting brutal out here. Even the die-hard Angel Reese fans are writing long-winded think pieces like, maybe we need to admit she's struggling. Yes, Karen, she's struggling, like a Roomba stuck on shag carpet. And the worst part? The contrast. The very existence of Caitlin Clark highlights every flaw in Angel's game. It's like putting A neon highlighter on every typo. Caitlin's on the bench, nursing an injury and still dominating headlines. Meanwhile, Angel's fully healthy, with a clear runway, and somehow still trips over her own potential. Now the whispers are getting louder. Locker room rumors, the kind that hang in the air like desperation. Will she be benched? Rested for development? That's front office code for we're lost, but trying to sound strategic. Chicago didn't sign up for a rebound collector who treats the basket like it's radioactive. And yes, let's talk about the double standard. This kind of scrutiny is mostly reserved for women. The minute Angel underperforms, it's think pieces, social media pile-ons, and endless hot takes. But here's the thing. Criticism doesn't mean hate. It means expectation. Fans don't want another highlight reel queen. They want someone who shows up and shows out. Every time Caitlin Clark hits the court, here comes the tired narrative. Everyone's hating on her. No, they're not. They just want competition, presence, performance. And right now, Angel Reese isn't delivering. Her stat line reads like a lottery ticket that almost won. Close, but not quite. If this is just a slump, it's a loud one. A full-blown siren. Because the WNBA doesn't hand out charity minutes. You can't coast on college clout. LSU flashbacks don't win pro games. If you're not producing, you're getting benched, left with great lashes, flawless nails, and a motivational Instagram bio. Hustle, grind, stay humble. Girl, how about score? And you know. StephenASmith saw that box score, dramatically put on his glasses, and shouted into the void, 4 points. 4 points? Somewhere that monologue is already loading this young lady. Listen to me now. This young lady better recognize she's not in Baton Rouge anymore, and he's not wrong. Angel Reese better find her rhythm fast, because if that stat sheet keeps looking like a post-it note, it won't matter how much swagger she walks in with. No one's asking for 40 points a night, but can we at least get a double-digit game? Maybe sprinkle in a few buckets between those rebounds, and assist a moment of offensive clarity. Right now it's like watching someone try to microwave a steak, confusing and upsetting. And the pressure is not easing up. Every game, every minute on the floor is now a test. She's not just playing basketball anymore. She's auditioning for her place in the league. This isn't the NCAA where the crowd's chanting your name and every rebound gets its own montage. This is the WBA where they will bench you mid-sentence if your production doesn't match your promo. The goose comes along and she wreaks havoc. She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting, 4th in the league. Her rookie year. Wow. Outstanding. She's like Steph Curry. She could pull up from anywhere. You understand, she has that kind of capability, didn't win a national championship, lost to LSU 1 year, lost to South Carolina another year, but she's out. She's outstanding and clearly worthy of being the #1 overall pick. And what I was saying to everybody is, ride the wave, rising tide lifts all boats. Angel Reese has 2 options now. Either she rebounds literally and figuratively, or she becomes the cautionary tale that ESPN turns into a 30 for 30 special. What if Angel never scored, featuring dramatic piano music and slow motion clips of missed layups, the clock's ticking? The stage is still there, but the spotlight is shifting, and if Angel doesn't light it up soon, she won't just be off the court, she'll be out of the conversation. And now enter Tyler Marsh, the man with the clipboard, the headset, and apparently a Rubik's Cube strategy for Angel Reese's positioning. He's been spinning her around the court like a confused game of Twister. Now you're a power forward. Now you're a stretch 4. Now you're what even is that formation? Coach, it's like he's trying to solve her performance problems with interpretive dance. But here's the kicker. All that tactical shuffling isn't hiding the glaring fact that Angel Reese just isn't delivering. It's like rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic and wondering why you're still sinking. Tyler Marsh could stick her in the paint, the perimeter, the parking lot. It doesn't matter. If she's still out here with 4-point nights and rebound hoarding, like it's her side hustle, then Houston, or in this case, Chicago, we have a problem ball. She bowled at Iowa in college, she's baldled since she's been in the NBA. She came into the league last year with no break whatsoever between the college game and the pro game, and did her thing. Ended up as an all-star, ended up being 4th in the league in MVP voting, was the clear winner for Rookie of the Year. No competition whatsoever in that regard. When it was really all said and done, we know what she brings to the table. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark has been injured, like actually injured, and still managed to be the WNBA's main character. She could be in a full leg brace shooting hoops from a wheelchair, and she'd still get more buckets and assists than Angel Reese did last game. Even on her worst day, Caitlin contributes. You could toss her in with a blindfold and she'd probably still drop a triple-double just to spite the haters. So imagine this: Caitlin Clark comes back from injury. She's rested, she's angry, and she's got more fire in her than a dragon on espresso. The Fever plug her back in like a cheat code. Meanwhile, the Sky still stuck wondering if Angel Reese is going to remember how to shoot a basketball. Not even make it, just attempt it like she means it. It's not even subtle anymore. If you watch the Sky play, there's a moment like clockwork when the ball lands in Angel's hands and the fans just collectively sigh. Not cheer, not gasp. Just that tragic, disappointed, "Oh God, not again," sigh, like they're watching someone try to unlock an iPhone with the wrong fingerprint over and over again. It's become performance art at this point. And look, when your coach is actively shifting your role around mid-season just to see what might work, it's never a good sign. That's not a development strategy. That's coaching roulette. It means they don't trust you to do the basics. So they're hoping if they move you around enough, maybe, just maybe, you'll bump into success by accident. I actually feel bad for Angel Reese at this point, and it has nothing to do with like how she's handled herself or anything. It's just simply, Caitlin Clark is so much better than Angel Reese at basketball that it doesn't feel fair. Yeah, I think Angel Reese is struggling with the fact that Caitlin Clark is better at her best thing than she is. She's better at everything. Hit a triple-double. She's tied for the 3rd most triple-doubles in WNBA history, and she's played 50 games. Yeah. But let's call it what it is. Angel Reese is underperforming, not adjusting, not developing, not contributing in intangible ways, underperforming. And every game she stays on that court while Caitlin Clark heals, the comparison just gets uglier. Because when Caitlin returns, she's not going to ease back into mediocrity. She's going to explode. She's going to remind everyone why her jersey sales are breaking records, while Angels are collecting dust next to last year's Halloween clearance bin. The WNBA doesn't need Angel Reese to be the rebound queen with a toddler-level scoring average. It needs leaders, bucket gutters, game changers. And right now, Angel is bringing vibes, not victories. And no, the Sky will never be better until they address the angel-sized elephant in the room. You can't build a winning team around someone whose most consistent stat is public attitude. There are only so many. I'm her tweets you can post before the box score begs to differ. Let's be real. Overrated is starting to feel like an understatement. It's not hate, it's reality. The hype machine did its job. Angel was the media darling, the NIL queen, the Bayou Barbie. And then the lights came on in the big leagues, and suddenly the glitter started peeling. 4 points and a highlight reel of missed layups don't scream generational talent. They scream, "Hey, remember me from college?" The part. Unfortunately, it comes with the crown. I gotta push back on you a little bit. Okay, I think you're being a little bit too PC. Let's call it what it is. I'm not trying to say that she should be criticized or she is wrong. What I'm saying is, by pulling it down clearly, you felt there was something wrong with it. Now, yes, you are 22, yes, you are young, and there's a lot of things that we didn't want people to know about when we were her age. Fair enough. Especially me, okay? Because I'm 30 plus years removed from that age. I got that part. There was no social media then or whatever. But here's my point to you. She knows this. Social. She is not dumb. She's quite a brilliant. Even the locker room vibes must be tense. Teammates are grinding it out, watching her post pregame selfies while they carry the actual scoring load. At some point, you can't fake leadership with Instagram filters. The court doesn't care how many followers you've got. It cares how many times you actually show up and do something, which Angel hasn't. Now imagine you're a young player on the Sky roster grinding in practice, getting 2 minutes of game time. while Angel Reese plays 30 minutes of glorified cardio with 12 rebounds that led to absolutely nothing. That's got to be a morale killer. You're watching someone burn through playing time, like it's Monopoly money and all you can do is clap politely. From the bench, the Skyfront office has to be watching this unfold like a reality show they didn't sign up for. What if we bet the house on someone who peaked on TikTok? It's the kind of miscalculation that keeps general managers up at night. And Tyler Marsh, he's probably aging in dog years trying to figure out how to salvage this. Because at some point you have to cut your losses. You can't keep waiting for potential to show up like a delayed Amazon package. If Angel Reese doesn't figure it out, Fast the Sky are going to have no choice but to prioritize players who actually produce. The league doesn't have time for redemption arcs, with no redempt. Jackie Robinson of the WNBA will be Caitlin Clark if she stays healthy. There's a group of them that would hope for her to be out. But why do you say she's going to be the Jackie Robinson, the WNBA first white girl? She's not the first white girl, but she's the first white superstar at the levels where she's scoring these. You know, the threes she's shooting. She's like a Steph Curry. She's the first actual superstar that people care. When's the last time we watched like college basketball? If I told you, tell me the greatest college basketball female basketball players last 30 years. And you watch I Know Her. She's our me. But you look at some of these names, you see some of these people on how they do. And let's not ignore the fans. They were sold the dream of Angel VC's Caitlin fireworks rivalry ratings, but instead, they got Caitlin carrying the league narrative on one leg, and Angel out here running wind sprints dressed up as professional minutes. It's like buying VIP tickets to a concert and realizing the headliner forgot their lyrics. If Caitlin comes back and starts dropping May 5th 20 while Angel's still stat packing her rebounds like she's building a personal museum, the comparison won't even be funny anymore. It'll be tragic. It'll be Exhibit A in how hype doesn't always translate into hard-word performance. So yeah, the Sky will never be better until they fix this mess, and that might mean making the hard choice. Maybe it's time to call it what it is. The Angel Reese experiment isn't working. Not until she finds her game and fast. Otherwise, she'll go from overrated to irrelevant in record time.